Now 6:34, new this morning. It was an important moment in U.S. history that killed 74 American soldiers, and not too many people know about it.
Today, though, marks the 45th anniversary, 45 years exactly, since a ship called the Frank E. Evans sank while serving overseas in the Vietnam War. Now, 74 of the men on board died, many of them serving for the very first time. The survivors have not forgotten, and they're on a mission now to make sure those men are remembered. WSBT's Annie Chang talked with a few of those survivors. Annie, there's one thing they want for these families of these lost soldiers.
And that's to get the names of those 74 fallen soldiers engraved on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. One Mishawaka family has made it their life's work to make that happen, and they've met some amazing people along the way. Take a look.
If they do it, we'll be there.
Robert Mason and Glenn Bellick were just boys at the time, 19, 20 years old.
We had 74 of our shipmates go down with the bow of the ship in like about 3 minutes.
There was mistakes made, and it happened that the ship ran right in front of the carrier and cut it in half.
An Australian aircraft carrier called the Melbourne was sailing alongside the Frank E. Evans in the South China Sea when the ships miscommunicated and collided.
Early morning, about 3 o'clock, we were woken by the ship actually rolling basically on its side after the carrier had struck us.
The Frank E. Evans was cut in two, and the ship's bow sank.
It lasted about 3 minutes before it went down.
74 men were lost to the sea, their bodies impossible to recover. The incident rarely mentioned in the history books, and the men's names to this day absent from the Vietnam Veterans Memorial.
There was no closure. All they got was an X on a map, and that's where your son and daughter's at, or your son's at, and the family never really knew other than that.
For the last 45 years, these survivors and their families have been trying to change that. Robert and his wife Dixie proudly displaying those names in the South Bend Mishawaka Memorial Day Parade every year. But this year was special.
There was a young lady in the side of the parade route that was holding up a picture of a young sailor, and come to find out it was one of our missing 74.
Frances Hastings lost her brother Joe in the Evans collision, but she had no idea that anyone here knew about what happened or still cared until last week when her daughter saw an article about the Masons in the South Bend Tribune and took Frances to the parade to meet them.
We had tears coming down our cheeks, all of us that were there at the parade.
And she had that photo, that picture, and she just held it up against the side of the float and said, "That's my brother." Anyway, it was very emotional.
Both families stunned that they had found each other and more determined than ever to see the lost 74 remembered on this wall.
It isn't just the 74, it's all their families, their relatives, grandchildren.
Give closure, and that's our goal.
Now, the bill to have the names of the lost 74 inscribed on the memorial just passed the House of Representatives last week. Now it goes to the Senate. You can find out more information on our website, wsbt.com. In the studio, I'm Annie Chang, WSBT Channel 22 News.
Thank you, Annie. This morning.